everybody, and welcome to episode 53 of Daisy Knits. I'm Daisy. We're hanging out on the floor of my neighbor room. Shop's behind me. I was blessed to spend this past weekend with some friends and viewers at Knittin' in the Mitten, and I did have a viewer ask me, why do we call it the neighbor room? And I realized maybe I hadn't explained this on the show before. My kids, when they were little, we moved into this house. Little man was about 2.5, almost 2.5. Our daughter, girlfriend, she was about 5. She was just before her 5th birthday when we moved in. And when we were talking to them about moving, they said one of the things they really wanted was an extra bedroom, so that way their neighbors could come and spend the night with us. I don't know why. Normal people call it a guest room, and they said, no, you can't call it a guest room. Guest room was too formal. We don't want guests, we want friends, we want family. And they didn't want to call it a family room. I don't know. So, for them, it's always been the neighbor room. Normal people call it a guest room. That's what it is. So, we're just hanging out up here in the, neighbor room. So, I have a few things to show y'all. I feel like I haven't done a lot, but I have done a lot of stockinette. But not necessarily a lot. So, I'll start off with a finished object. My self-strapping socks are done. These were some vanilla socks. I did a German short row heel in garter because I like it. I like the way it fits. I like the way it feels. I like when I walk on it. It's not as pretty as a stockinette, but they're my socks, so I can do whatever I want. And no, they don't match up at all. I'm okay with that. Because I was getting a little nervous when I started them, that's all the yarn I have left. That little bitty ball is everything that's left over. The yarn is Rock and String Creations, and it is her Jitterbug Sport. I got this at Into the Wool this year, and the colorway is Mountain Twilight. She said this is a sport weight. I feel like it's a very thin sport weight. I still did these on my 1.5s. They're a bit tighter, much more dense than my fingering weight on my 1.5s that I normally do, but they didn't make my hands hurt. Like socks that rock, sometimes if I try to do those on too low of a needle, too small of a needle, makes my hands hurt. These did not. Trying to think if there's anything else. Like I said, just a plain vanilla sock. I did do that center double decrease. There we go. On my edge and on my toes, and I really like the way that looks. They're done. So I can actually put these in my drawer now. I've been carrying them around in this bag. I can put them in the drawer. I believe I told you last week I had some secret knitting. Didn't work on it at all. Little man sweater. It is downstairs. I haven't worked on it at all either. The yarn came, and it will be a good match, so I was concerned about having enough yardage to do the entire body and his sleeves, because he wants it longer. He wants full length sleeves, he wants it big. So I was getting kind of concerned as I was using the yardage that I wouldn't have enough to make it something he was happy with. So we hopped on Ravelry, and I poked around, and I found some yarn that should be complementary. It's hard to tell from a picture. And I went ahead and bought it out of a D-stash. It came while I was gone this weekend, and it does match. Now, I just have to get my tuchus in gear and ball wind it up and get going on that. So I am needing to do that, and I have not. However, girlfriend sweater is sitting here, and I have a lot to show you with hers. I have a lot more fabric to show you with hers. So this is a hodgepodge sweater. I pulled the cable out of the magical, I can't remember, sweater. I started with the numbers from the flax sweater, except for I kept increasing until we were happy with how it fit her, because I kept making her try it on. And when y'all saw it last Tuesday, that red stitch marker, that's where I was last Tuesday. So I am down here, ready to start her hem. Not a bad chunk. I think so. Not a bad chunk. We're going to do a garter stitch bottom for her at the bottom. We're also going to put it at the bottom of her sleeves. She is happy with that. I like how it looks with this. So I was a bit concerned at first that she would not have full-length sleeves, but I have plenty of yardage. This is my Nectar base in, it's not even a named colorway. It was probably a dye pot cleaner. So it's a beautiful, just almost fuchsia-y pink. She loves it. Super excited about it. And this is what I have going into the hem. So I would have plenty to do her sleeves with. They may or may not be full length, but I have plenty to do her sleeves. And I am doing hers on a US 5 needle. I think that's a 3.75 millimeter needle. So those two things basically have most of my love this week. Today I had about 30-40 minutes to sit and spin. And I'll be darned if I can't find my orifice hook. So I spent all my time looking for my orifice hook. Still haven't found it. So I'm going to have to jimmy rig something up for my orifice hook. I'm a little frustrated with myself on this one, but it happens. So there was no spinning. As far as my master knitter goes, this week I have not done any swatches yet, just because I haven't sat down. However, I have been doing reading. I have a book that I'm currently reading through for my book review, and honestly, so far I really like it. I should finish it this week, and I'll be able to tell you about it next week. But I'm really, really excited about doing this one. I think it's a great book that I'm reading. So, I know, and I didn't tell you the title because I can't remember the whole thing. And I don't want to mess it up. So, that's what I have going. Thanksgiving is in 2 weeks from today. So, if you're in the US and you're celebrating, don't be panicky like I was and realizing last night that Thanksgiving is in 2 weeks from today. We went to the store this morning and we have our turkey. We at least have something going for us. Christmas is around the corner and I'm trying to really think about what all we're going to do for Christmas. So I'm getting there. I hope y'all are too. There's a Christmas thread going. I'd love for you to come over and chat with us about your Christmas countdown stuff, what you got going on. The Louisiana Knit Along is wrapping up. We are almost to the end of the month, and I think that wraps up at the end of the month. So come chat with us. I'm getting some cloud coverage now. My lighting's starting to fade. So I hope that you have a wonderful week. I'm glad you came and sat with me, and hopefully I'll see you next week. See ya!